Hello and welcome to episode 340 of the Player One podcast for Monday, May 6th. I'm your host, Chris Johnson. With me as always is the original whimsical Philly, Phil Theobald.
Yeah, right. 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 You keep
Total
saying,
coincidence.
Such a tribute.
I can't believe that. For those
is.
not in the know, it has been brought to our attention that in the fabulous Adult Swim Games iOS release, Robot Unicorn Attack 2, when you reach the level 14, the rank name is Whimsical Philly.
That's true.
Which is clearly a play on my hacker alias, Whimsical Phil.
Coincidence. Entirely coincidence.
Conspiracy is my birthday is on the 14th.
Oh, yes.
And you become Whimsical
Day of the
Philly.
14th month.
That's true. So, CJ claims that it's a coincidence. He says he has nothing to do with it. He says that it was the fine developers at Pickpock who came up with all the ranks and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are there podcast fans over at Pickpock?
I don't think so. I don't think anybody from Pickpock listens to this one. I may be wrong. I just don't know. I don't know. If they do, I haven't heard about it. So
I'm just saying.
All right.
It's a little suspicious.
Oh, just a little bit.
Yes.
Maybe they do. If they do, maybe they'll say something next time we talk.
I don't know.
All right. And joining us from the frozen north, although it's May, so it's probably not too frozen, right? A guy whose life story was the basis for the recent XBLA release, Way of the Dog, Greg Stewart.
I don't even get that. What?
You don't?
No.
Is that even a thing?
Is that a thing? Is Way of the Dog? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a rhythm game on XBLA.
It is?
Well, then yes, I guess that's true.
What?
Yes.
Because I've got nothing if not rhythm.
That's right.
You should also get music, and then you wouldn't be able to ask for anything more.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. Don't you need My
And-
Girl?
Oh,
Joey,
that's true.
yes.
You would also need My Girl. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's make lots of references to songs from the 40s.
And joining us from the great state of Utah is a guy who wishes he could use a Luma Room with his Vita and play Little Big Planet on it, Mike Phillips.
Oh, baby.
That would be awesome.
Mm.
You could build a level based on your room and have Sackboy walking behind your shelving. That's awesome. Also, is it true that if you get to level 20 in Robot Unicorn Attack 2, you earn the moniker Mormon Nag? Because that's what I've heard.
See?
Yes, and that one is based on you, Mike.
Yeah.
That is not a coincidence.
Weird.
That's good.
Not a coincidence. So how you guys doing?
Splendid.
Fine.
All right. Let's talk about video games. Think about that. All right.
How about that Robot Unicorn Attack?
Ah.
Hey, I just got the rank of Whimsical Philly.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. Still free on your iOS devices.
I can get like
download that.
30,000 points in a run now. So I was
job.
very
Oh, nice.
proud of
Pretty
myself
good.
when I broke the 100,000 point barrier
Excellent.
in a game.
You
good.
say still free like it's going to not be free at some point.
Yeah, really.
True, no, it is going to stay free.
Free for gold subscribers.
That's the way to do it. That's the best way to do it.
All right, so last
It is
week...
a good game.
Well, thank you.
It's about time Adult Swim is...
Yeah, really. They've been trying for so long.
Finally, yes.
Those Pickpock guys
We've made it.
do good work.
They do, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
They did Monsters Ave My Condo before
I know.
this. Yeah,
I really
Velociraptor. Yeah, they do great stuff.
I really like Pickpock stuff.
Me too.
Yeah.
If you haven't played Flick Kick Football, you really should, because that's a
Nah,
great
I
game.
don't-
I have played that, and that game is really fun.
I don't like
Fantastic
sports
game.
games.
Well, this is a flicking sports game. It's good.
I'll,
Really
yeah,
good.
If you can pick your nose, you can play Flick Kick Football.
True.
I can actually. Pretty darn well.
There you go.
Yes. All right, let's talk about last week's biggest release. This is one of the games I've been anticipating for a few weeks, since it was announced.
Been
Far
anticipating
Cry
for weeks. I've been anticipating this game for weeks.
for whole weeks.
It's a terrible wait. Phil, stop picking your
Oh my God, Phil!
Phil's actually picking his nose.
Gross.
I am
magic
speaking,
Video.
of course, about Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
Yes.
Yes, and it looks like me and Mike have been playing the full game,
Yes.
and Greg and Phil, you guys played the demo.
Were
did.
you
No.
confused?
I would say actually I've played enough.
I think that
Ooh.
CJ was probably
Played
confused
enough.
by the title because it has the two O's. I think he probably looked at that and thought it was Far Cry 3 Blue Dragon
Blue Dragon.
because he's a very
yeah.
big Blue Dragon fan, and I think
That is
that's
true.
what prompted the
That's true.
excitement.
Yeah.
It did. It did. No, actually, it's all of the trailers that Ubisoft released. Like the live-action trailer, the little animated thing they did. Just this is a game playing on 80s nostalgia for action movies and cartoons and old video games. So I love that kind of thing. That's one of the ways you get me interested in your game is to play upon nostalgia.
Get you interested in a game that is a genre that you don't particularly care for.
That's right. That's correct.
So,
yeah.
do you particularly care for this?
I do. I love this game.
You love this game.
I
Wow.
love this
Strong
game.
words.
Talk
Hey.
to me.
Yeah. I mean, what do you want me to talk to you about? What
What makes you
mission
love
did I
Far
just
Cry
do?
3 Blood Dragon would be a good start.
What
Yeah.
mission did I just do? I hopped on the paraglider and infiltrated the laboratory where they were breeding blood dragons and set
dragons.
fire to some eggs there. And I don't know. I think part of it is just the over-the-topness of all of the references. Because you have Rex Power, who's doing his best Duke Nukem style quips after a bunch of kills and
Doing his
he did
best
something
Michael
cool.
Bean with laryngitis.
His best Michael Bean with laryngitis. Yeah, commenting on everything. It's great fun. It's just cool. I mean, the weapons are pretty awesome. The weapon selection at the beginning seems like you have a lot to choose from. You can power up the guns and whatnot, and you can just pop in there and be a badass. It's
That's
great.
a true story. What?
True
and
story.
you, Greg and Phil, you guys just played the demo,
Yes.
Yeah.
and Greg is making his sad face.
Yep.
So
I-
what does the demo encapsulate? I'm sure it.
Well,
has
it's a trial, so it's just
helicopter.
the beginning of the game
Yeah.
Oh,
on
okay.
PSN. It's just a trial version. I loved. I was with it during the intro when the music was so obviously inspired
Yes.
by Terminator's theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really happy when you got to shoot the turret and Long Tall Sally was playing.
Yeah.
That was a wonderful reference. Made me very, very excited.
It's a fantastic scene.
And I even liked the ironically
sequence.
annoying tutorial.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Poking
will
fun at
say
video game tutorials.
the delivery of his why
Yeah.
was that cracked me up.
And then the game actually started, and I lost interest really fast.
Oh,
Man.
wow.
Just it's I guess maybe I don't know, maybe it's because I actually am just a few hours into Far Cry 3 right now.
Hmm.
Just so happened that I got that through Game Access just before Blood Dragon came out. Far Cry 3 is really good. It's really good. And Blood Dragon isn't as good as that.
What?
It's like
I
playing a
think
bad
you-
version of the same game. I
You
really-
are high, dude. You are high. This game is fun. This game is tons of fun. Sneaking around the blood dragons and luring
didn't get
you
that
down
far.
with the hearts.
So, CJ, have you played the original Far Cry 3?
No. We've not
Okay.
played the original.
Imagine the game that you are currently playing, except awesome. And
Yeah.
that's what Far Cry
Except
3 is.
not dripping
I
with
will
80s.
second that emotion.
Except not dripping with 80s nostalgia and 80s sci-fi schlock.
So, and I dig that, and I like it, but it only goes so far. And when you're being forced to play kind of a shooter because you want to see more 80s nostalgia, it's just not working for me.
Really? Nah,
Yeah.
This is reminding me exactly of the time when I was trying to get CJ to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, and he was refusing to watch it because he was so invested in the new Thundercats cartoon.
That's right.
Which and the new
You're right.
the new Thundercats cartoon was clearly trying to be something like Avatar: The Last Airbender and doing a really poor job of it. So
no, I'm not saying that this game.
He's happy.
I'm going to
with
play
the-
this and not play Far Cry 3. I think this game right here has gotten me interested in playing Far Cry 3.
I am going to say
But-
that you're going to play this game and not Far Cry 3. I will say
is
that.
true. Yeah.
But you'd be wrong because
fair-
I will be playing Far
fair,
Cry 3.
You won't not play Far Cry 3 because you play Blood Dragon. You just were never going to play Far Cry 3.
Yeah.
And not-
That's right.
It's just the natural order
Well-
of things, really.
This has gotten me interested in playing Far Cry 3.
Okay.
Really?
If I were you,
I
would
love
play
the
Far Cry 3
setting of
before
this
you finish
game.
this.
I love the enemies with their Robotron style
CJ?
voices. What?
CJ, no one in Far Cry 3 is going to do the badass Predator handshake. You realize that, right? With the big close up of the muscles clenching as they.
Or give the
That
dual
was
fisted
great.
middle fingers? No.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah. So
I know that.
okay.
So what?
I want to watch a long play of Blood Dragon that cuts out everything in between the cool 80s references, so I can get that 20 minutes of entertainment and move on.
Wow. You didn't like the little VHS Ubisoft intro?
Oh, I'm telling you, I like all
cutscenes
that
that
stuff.
are like a third of the screen, not even a third of
Everything.
the screen.
Everything you're saying is true and good. The
I just
game
think it's
is
funny.
not fun.
What?
like-
I'm amazed that you guys don't find this game fun.
The only
I'm
the
just
only-
amazed because like,
what's
feels just
cracking
like-
me up is that when we say CJ, why do you like it so much? The only things he's saying is
like the setting.
it talks about the 80s. It reminds me that there was a decade called the 80s.
no, that is not what I'm saying.
Then why do you like it? Why are you having fun?
Why am I having fun with it?
Why? Yeah. Explain.
I'm not saying.
Now,
I'm not
you're
saying
trying to trying to come up with a reason. Not you just saying.
I'm not,
No,
I'm
in
not saying I didn't like it.
large part, it is the '80s sci-fi schlockiness of this game.
Yeah.
In large part, but the
Okay.
other part of it is, liberating garrisons any way that you want to. Let's say there's a blood dragon near the garrison, luring it inside and having it kill everybody for you. That's fantastic.
Okay, that
Love
sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Or just what comboing people with the takedowns. And,
you do that in Far Cry 3.
Throwing the shuriken
Yeah,
and everything like that is cool.
And throwing the shuriken, with
Yeah,
the
I like that.
I'm
I'm not saying anything that you're saying is not a legitimate reason to love that game. And hey, go ahead and love it. I'm just saying personally, I don't dig it.
I just
But-
think all of that stuff is more entertaining in the trailers because then it's 3
Yeah.
minutes long and you can laugh at it and you're done. And by the second hour of this, that stuff was really tired to me. And so you're left
Bordering
with
on
the game.
atrocity.
Yeah. So you're left with the game, which is a not as good version of Far Cry 3 with graphics that are significantly worse than Far Cry 3. I can't stand that it's always dark and neon with the scan lines through it. That's cute for a minute, and then by the second or third hour, it's like, I wish the fucking sun would come up in this joint.
I actually am a little bit surprised, and I'm curious if it wouldn't have been better if it was like a 2 or 3 longer
Yeah.
like
longer
DLC
and
pack
even
for Far
shorter.
Cry 3,
Yep.
like for $5 or something. I
That
think.
would be better. I think.
Yeah, if I knew that it was just kind of a little bite-sized, I can play this in one sitting and be really entertained, because everything that CJ's saying is true. I mean, all that stuff is really entertaining, but
Just wears
then
out
I
its
hear you
welcome.
got to stretch it out for like 10 hours or something like that.
Oh, it's really that long?
No, I don't think it's 10 hours. It's like 8.
Okay, well, 8. That's still pretty long. That's still not close to 2.
It's like 9 hours and 45 minutes. What the hell are you
10 hours.
No, I
Let's
actually
not be
kind of
silly.
prefer the way this is set up, and I'm for me, I'm playing it kind of like Crackdown, the original Crackdown, where you have a bunch of the garrisons on the map that you can liberate in any order you want, and doing the story missions as I feel like it. I'm just jumping in, doing basically whatever I want to. It's great.
Well, I'll tell you,
It's great for that.
And what you're describing is some of the good stuff in Far Cry 3. So if this
Totally.
is going to lead you to play Far Cry 3, then I'd say it
And
did
it
its
very
job.
well will.
Because Far Cry 3 is really good.
Because friend of the show, Gary Steinman, is sending me a copy, so I will be playing
Oh,
it.
Jesus.
There you go.
Shocking abuse of power.
That is.
That's right.
Yeah. Send me a copy, Gary.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm glad it exists, and I think it's a nifty idea. I just I'm
Exactly.
not as in love with it as I thought I was.
No,
gonna
like
be.
something like this, or something like Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. I love stuff like that, where, especially in this case, I wouldn't have given Far Cry 3 a try. This is a nice little sampling of that game, and is getting me to play the full game.
I think the best thing about it throughout is the music. The music is really damn good.
Yeah.
Well executed. The thing that gets tired the quickest for me are those 16-bit cutscene things, which I think are just awful. But I don't know. I know they're supposed to be, but every time I see something that is described as so bad it's good, I always just think, what's better than
That's
doing
gonna
so
be
bad it's
terrible.
good is doing good.
I feel bad now because CJ looks so crestfallen.
I love
Yeah.
Robot Unicorn Attack 2, though.
Well,
Me
that's
too.
good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
for liking that.
You know why this stuff in Robot Unicorn Attack works so well?
Mhm.
Because you can play it for like 5 minutes and you're done.
There you go.
No way, I play it for hours and hours and buy many in-app things.
Excellent.
That's
Yep.
the way to do it.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So shall we move along?
CJ's like, fuck you guys! And gets the
You guys. Not liking Blood Dragon. What's wrong with you people? It's great. Anyway, let's talk about Game Dev Tycoon.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So you remember that game from Kairosoft called Game Dev Story?
Yes.
That everyone kind of dug, and it's a kind of cool little game where you create your own development studio and make your own games and all that stuff. So Game Dev Tycoon is basically, it's not basically that. It is that. It's like a carbon copy of Game Dev Story, but it's being done by people who loved what Game Dev Story offered, but wished that there was more depth, wished that there was more to do. So now you have things like assigning specific members of the development team to specific tasks on the game, and you just have a lot more options as far as how you spend your money, signing up with publishers, advertising, and things like that, and just way more control over it. Because I felt kind of the same way with Game Dev Story. It's like you play that and you kind of have seen and experienced everything you're going to in the game pretty fast. And with Game Dev Tycoon, there's just a lot more depth to it, and I feel like even after playing it for a couple hours, I'm sort of unlocking new sections of the game. Like I said, one of the things that I just figured out, or I just unlocked, was the ability to sign with a publisher. And again, like, you have sort of the pros and cons of that. It's like, well, you have to meet certain game review thresholds, or else you're going to get penalized, and you have to be done within a certain amount of time. And then if the game's like a million seller, obviously you're not going to make as much money because the publisher takes a cut, but they also do all the marketing for you and things like that. So it's a cool little game. It's like $8.50, I think they're selling it for right now.
Wow, that's pretty spendy.
It is pretty spendy, yeah, but I tried it out anyway, and I'm not disappointed. I actually really enjoyed it.
Wasn't one of the problems with the first game that people just sort of figured out the kind of the sequence to do things in order to basically perfect it as quickly as possible? So does this solve some of that?
It seems like it does, but it's kind of, that was kind of one of my complaints early on too, because you've got like you choose like the genre you want and the type of game you want, so like sci-fi and then action or adventure RPG, that sort of thing, and it's kind of a crapshoot whether you hit on a good combo. I mean, if you make a good game, you'll still do pretty well, but you want to make a game where it's like, oh, this is the combo that everyone's going crazy for. So it's like fantasy RPG is a really good one to start with, and I think I don't know, shooter action or something. I don't know, but anyway, space and action. That's the other one. But there's like nothing that really tells you which one of those is going to be a good combo. Although I feel like what's going to happen is I've opened up a bunch of like market research options in it as well. So I feel like the game's going to give me that information soon. Now that I've moved into like a bigger studio and I have a staff and I can actually train them a little bit more to specify in certain areas, specialize in certain areas, I should say. So yeah, I mean, it feels like the game is really opening up a lot wider, and you have a lot more options to take advantage of. Plus, the genre list that you can unlock is absolutely huge. So yeah, I'm really digging it so far. There's also like things like battling piracy, which is actually one of the reasons that I even knew the game existed, because apparently what happened when they released this game, they released a cracked version themselves, the developers. And you might have seen that in the news, where what happens is that if you play the cracked version of the game, once you start creating your own AAA games within Game Dev Tycoon, piracy runs so rampant that you can never make any money. So you're just basically constantly losing money no matter how well you do. And then, of course, the best part of it was that the people who were running into this problem were taking to message boards, saying, "Oh, there must be something wrong with this game because I just can't make any money. I'm making I'm getting tens across the board and I can't make any money." And it's like, well, what you did is just ousted yourself for playing the cracked version of the game.
That's pretty freaking clever.
Pretty brilliant, yeah. So, but in the actual game, in the legit version of the game, when piracy starts to hit, like you can kind of you have different options. You can like send a cease and desist to people, or you can just sue them. So, and by suing them, you will make a quick like 40K, but you'll lose some fans because they didn't like that you went that route. And then, of course, the flip side is that you maintain your fan base, but you lose some money to piracy. It's cool. It's a really cool little game. Cool. Yeah, it is a little spendy, but I would even say wait for a sale. I believe it's on Steam Greenlight right now, so definitely go vote it up. Because I think it'd be really cool to get it out there to more people. I'm really enjoying it so far.
I will check that out. That sounds cool.
Cool.
Nice.
All right, let's talk about Strike Suit Infinity.
Okay. I don't know if you remember, Greg might remember that I talked about a game called Strike Suit Zero a while back. Yeah, that was like a Wing Commander space combat simulator type game. So they just released this thing called Strike Suit Infinity, which is $7 unless you already own Strike Suit Zero, in which case you get it for half off. So for $3.50, I decided I would try it. And what they've done is turn it into like a wave-based arcade shooter kind of thing. So it carves out all of the kind of extraneous nonsense. And I don't know if you remember at the time, one of the things that was a little bit annoying about the original game is it took a while before you actually got to use the strike suit, which is when your ship kind of morphs into a big robot Zone of the Ender style, and you can launch missiles and lock onto targets like you can in Panzer Dragoon, and it's really fun. But it takes a while to get there, and some of the missions were a little tedious, a lot of escort missions where, it's always a pain in the ass to do an escort mission in those games because you have like your little defenseless freighter that you're trying to cover while enemies are all shooting at you. Anyway, it removes a lot of that stuff, turns it into a really fast action wave-based shooter, and it's really fun. If you have the original game, $3.50 for this, I think, is quite a steal.
See, the original game's still $20, or
it's something like that, yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, again, that one seems ripe for a Steam sale if you can wait for the summer sale or whatever. But if you already have it and you're looking for something that is a little bit more, just turn it on and play for 20 minutes and have a hell of a good time. It's still, the production values are still fantastic. It's still, they have some new music in it because it's a lot faster paced game, so they have faster paced music, which actually helps to make it feel a little bit more frantic and fast paced. But I'm pretty pleased with it. I like it a lot. Recommended.
I still keep meaning to check out Strike Suit Zero, and I've just never gotten around to it.
It is. I think it is right up your alley. I think you would like it quite a lot. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it can run on a relatively modest PC because the
What about a relatively modest iMac?
Well, I don't know about that, but it is not. It's not particularly geometrically intense. All the ships are just sort of basic shapes. The thing that looks nice are the big vast skyboxes and the tracers coming off of the bullets and the missiles and stuff like that. So it's not massively graphically intense, but still looks really nice. It actually looks a little bit like Homeworld, that old kind of space RTS game, except it's not an RTS and things are a little bit closer up, but it's that sort of art style, which I like quite a lot.
I should see if Gary Steinman over at Ubisoft can send me a copy.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think we should all do that.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, what do you say we take a break, then do some tweets?
Damn!
Let's do it.
Wow.
So here's something terrible.
What's that?
What's that?
My recording stopped.
Oh no.
That's okay. No one was listening to you anyway.
Uh-oh.
Why did my recording stop?
I'll be right back.
A really long time ago, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Shit.
Gonna have to use the backup track. And by backup track, I mean YouTube audio.
I guess so.
CJ remotely shut it down when you started bad-mouthing Blood Dragon. Oh, man.
Alright. I'll start recording again.
All right.
Shit.
Did you figure out the recording issue?
Yeah, it stopped recording.
That seems like an issue.
Yeah. So according to Wario64, Blood Dragon is only 4 hours.
Blue Dragon.
Blue Dragon is only 4 hours long.
Oh, okay, I'd heard 8.
Really? Maybe that's if you play it twice.
Or if you want 100% everything.
Maybe.
Everything.
I don't know.
Or if you've ever blew a dragon.
Say what?
I like that.
I see.
I like that a lot.
Whoa.
A lot.
What you got there, Stuart? Got some yogurt?
That's some yogurt. Strawberry phrase.
Nice.
Good Canadian packaging where everything's in French.
Is that a is that a Go-Gurt?
No.
No Go-Gurt.
I only eat food out of tubes.
I'm strictly in the Greek yogurt camp.
What's
Really?
the deal with Greek yogurt?
It's delicious.
It's
Okay, but is it like somehow more healthy for you, or
I don't know about that.
it's
but it is
slang
more
for
creamy.
anal.
I like to get me some of that Greek yogurt.
Yeah. I have not had Greek yogurt actually.
neither have I.
It's delicious.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like taking up half the dairy cooler at the grocery store now.
Is it like gyro flavored and stuff like that?
No, it's just creamy,
Terrible.
tangy.
I know it's Euro. I know you say it Euro. I was
Maybe you say it Euro.
Well, I do. Because I am sophisticated, international like that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Got my kid-sized yogurt. Got my juice box.
Nice.
goodness.
Good lord. Are you
Get your
going on a
Lunchables.
field trip today?
Yeah. Got my signed permission slip.
Your little turkey discs on a cracker.
Oh, baby. No, won't feed our kids that stuff.
No Lunchables?
No, Lunchables are terrible.
Yeah, they're not good.
They're not
No.
good or good for you.
Gee, really?
Yeah, I know. I was
All right,
shocked
and we're
too.
back.
CJ,
Lord.
Wow. Yeah.
Greg and I were trying to have a conversation
Yeah.
about Lunchables.
Too
About
bad.
parenting, something you should be interested in. It's
Oh,
too late for
man.
Mike and his children, but not for you.
Thank God.
Uh,
All right, let's do some tweets. What do you think about that?
Are there any tweets about Lunchables?
No, not this week.
really?
Maybe next week. Hacker alias Z
Send in your
Miller.
tweets about Lunchables, folks.
Top 5 Lunchables.
Z Miller 1902 asks. Well, he says, discuss the odds of the Eternal Darkness sequel actually succeeding.
Oh my god.
No, we don't have to do what he tells us to do. No.
Yeah, that sounded more like a demand. Than a
Yeah.
request.
Well, all right, yeah.
So what's going on with this?
There's a Kickstarter campaign. I think it begins tomorrow. Where there's a developer working on an Eternal Darkness spiritual successor.
Is Mr. Dyack involved?
In some way, he is involved. Yes.
Oh.
Is he actually the one asking for the money, and this person who's running the Kickstarter is?
Yeah, I don't
Because-
know actually.
because
it's unclear. It's unclear.
Where he is Canadian, or his company would be Canadian based, he would have to use a middleman to use Kickstarter.
Right. Yeah.
So
Are
I'm
Canadians
curious
not
if
allowed
this is
to
just
use
the middleman.
Kickstarter?
Well, Kickstarter isn't in Canada right now. It's
Gotcha.
only for U.S. projects, and now UK as well.
Okay.
I think it will probably succeed. They got 30 days to do one. I think they're asking for $1.5 million, but there are a lot of people
God.
who love
my
Eternal Darkness
I'm going to
who
vomit.
will.
The thing that
Give money
people
to
who
it.
love Eternal Darkness need to make sure they remember is the greatness of Eternal Darkness, from everything I've read and have been led to understand, had a lot to do with Nintendo's involvement.
Yeah.
Because they kind of lost their way once they weren't doing games for Nintendo anymore. So,
Yes.
I don't know. I wouldn't...
What, you didn't
personally-
like Two Human? Two Human's brilliant.
I personally, I mean, from all the reports that have ever been done about that company and how it ended, I wouldn't want to risk giving any money to that man. Because I mean, that
All
company
right.
ran on taxpayer money for a long time.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I hope you people are happy.
But do you think
Yeah,
it will
that's all I can
succeed or not? That's the big.
I think
mean
it'll
hit its
succeed,
goal?
but I would be
it'll hit its
be
goal.
worried about the final product.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do this one from. Oh wait. Hacker alias Gunstar Gamer.
Whose did you skip?
Yeah.
Because I get yelled at last week for skipping them.
That's right. Hacker alias Gunstar Gamer asks, "What is your favorite video game based off a movie?"
Batman.
The NES one?
The
one?
original one?
Yeah,
Really?
It is a good game.
loved that game.
It is a very good
There
game.
were some really good movie games though. Ghostbusters on the Genesis.
Oh, I love Genesis Ghostbusters.
Fast
yes.
version of those. Jurassic Park on the Sega CD.
Yes. I think that's my favorite one right there.
Really?
I mean, not that it's a good game, but I had a ton of fun with it.
Uh,
I really liked Hercules on the PlayStation 1 as well.
ooh, that was also a good game.
Aladdin
yeah.
for Genesis.
Aladdin for Genesis. Aladdin for Super Nintendo as well.
Aladdin,
Oh,
Aladdin
Genesis
for
was
SNES. Mm,
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Aladdin on Genesis looked better, but
The Super
SNES
Nintendo
game,
one was a better game.
it was.
Yeah. We're going to have to
I'm
have a
with Mike on
rumble
that.
over that.
We could do that.
Yeah.
I'm ready for
When
that.
our Kickstarter succeeds and we're all living in the same town, we'll tear apart the studio on that discussion.
There were lots
There
of
you
good
go.
16-bit movie games. I always liked the that side-scrolling. Was it Alien 3 game?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Alien
Yeah.
3 was
For Super
Which one?
Nintendo. That was I like the Super Nintendo one.
the Genesis one I liked better on that one.
I
Genesis
liked
one was
games
harder.
that looked better and sounded better, so I tended to like the Super Nintendo versions.
So you're
of most
saying you're
games.
superficial.
Yes,
Okay.
quite so.
But
You like games
But-
that weren't necessarily good but had lots of 80s references?
Yes.
Those are among my
Those are the
favorites.
best.
but the Genesis
And-
Aladdin was the better looking one though.
Sure
so
it was.
you go
Ooh.
against your own rule.
I know. It's more of a guideline.
No,
Really?
okay.
Yeah.
Not so much a rule.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a couple movie games in recent years that I really liked, but obviously I didn't like them enough to remember them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, same here. I'm really trying to think, and nothing. I mean, I know there have been. I guess what was it that Chronicles of Riddick game was supposed to be good.
That was
I
really
haven't played
good.
it.
That was really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, I'm done. I got nothing else.
Yeah.
I feel like I've
Bebe.
contributed to this conversation.
Bebe's Kids.
That's not a
Blues
movie,
Brothers
but
2000 on the N64.
What?
That was the movie.
Bebe's Kids was a movie
Oh, was it? I thought
right.
that was a TV series.
that I saw theatrically. So
Of course.
Why? What?
Of course you did.
Sean Smith and I went and saw Bebe's Kids in the theater.
Wow.
I don't remember
Did you
why.
sit in the back
because he
row
wanted
together?
to- Sean saw it, ironically.
What's that?
Sat in the back row together. One of you put the
Well-
popcorn in his lap.
We didn't have to sit in the back row. The theater was empty.
Just you and Sean and Paul Rubens. It was a good day.
Yes. Yes.
Yikes. All right,
I
Hacker
get
Alias P.O. Rowe asks, would a big...
It's pronounced Poro.
Poro.
That's what the kids say nowadays.
Gotcha.
That's how they
Like
say
YOLO.
Porco Rosso. Yo, dude, you check out that Poro? That pig can fly! You know. That's...
I don't understand any of that.
All right.
Well,
He
a
says,
little Studio Ghibli reference there.
would a big Wii U price drop kickstart sales, or are its problems far more complicated and a simple price isn't enough?
Both.
Yeah.
It would kickstart sales, but there's more to it than that.
Right. Yeah, I think part of it is there's just no software
That's a
on the
big
horizon
problem.
until
Yeah.
Pikmin 3.
You go into the
Yeah.
store and the Wii U section is pretty tiny.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, they need to drop the price now. And I'm not sure, like, they should probably wait until Pikmin 3 or some other games are available for
do they,
the price
though?
drop.
Do they need to do a price drop right now?
I don't think they do.
I think they would waste it if they did it now.
Yeah.
Probably.
There's no software.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the go-to thing. Like, Nintendo needs to drop the price now, when that's definitely not. I mean, it might sell some more units 1 month of NPDs, but
Right.
then you're right back to the problem.
Yep.
Right. I
You
mean,
don't have games.
I think you want to do a price drop closer to when you have a decent amount of software either already out or just coming out, so that you can get that boost in the software sales as well.
That's right.
Yeah, doing a price drop now, I think you're right. You get a little blip for like 3 weeks, and then you'd be right back to where you are.
Yep.
Exactly.
But they would get a sales increase in as much as I would probably buy one.
Yeah.
So
And
that's one.
really all that matters.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right then. Let's do
You hear me, Nintendo? Drop it by $100 and I'll buy one. It happened.
$100. That's good times.
Yeah.
All right, Hacker Alias Dan from England
Yeah.
says the 3DS is building an amazing library of games with more to come. Does it rank against other handhelds, or I guess where does it rank against other handhelds?
It's really good.
It is really good.
It's not as good
Yeah.
as the GBA, probably, overall. GBA was pretty freaking awesome.
That it was.
DS was pretty awesome too.
DS was pretty awesome, yeah. It's not
Yeah.
quite there yet either. I'd
No.
put either of those in front of it. And I
Hell,
like
even
the Vita
Game Boy
more.
Color, really.
You like the Vita, yeah.
I prefer the Vita to the 3DS currently, but there is a lot of good 3DS stuff coming.
That is true.
That's right. Did you you didn't buy Soul Sacrifice or whatever?
No,
it
I
is,
did not enjoy the demo.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
me
I think I
neither.
can find the demo in the store for some reason.
It's because the store is incredibly well organized and easy to navigate.
It is terrible.
Yeah, I like the 3DS a lot.
I
Yeah.
do too.
I
It
do too.
definitely has turned it around.
It turned around once they made
the
an
first few months.
XL version,
Yeah.
and you didn't have to play with that
Yes.
stupid looking ice cream sandwich anymore.
Yes.
Oh, so I didn't see Dan followed it up asking.
Now, is he still
Where-
from England?
He's still from England.
Okay.
Dan from Australia.
Where does it sit against the best handhelds of all time? Better than GBA?
Oh, see, look.
There it
There
is.
you go.
See? My
Not
God.
yet, but I mean, it's definitely, it could be. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
on
Could
the
be.
path to be a really great handheld.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is it's historically it's really competing with all of Nintendo's older handhelds.
Yeah.
They haven't really released a bad one. They had great libraries for every one of them so far. So
Yeah.
Yep.
I would agree with that. All right, Hacker Alias Mudron says, how effing crazy is it that Nintendo could literally triple the size of the Wii U library overnight with a hearty Virtual Console update? Yet we all get for Virtual Console launch on the Wii. Yet all we get for the Virtual Console launch on the Wii U is just a bunch of overpriced, tired ass black box bullshit again.
wow, Mudron's
Yep.
pissed.
He is.
Yes. He says, boggles my mind that the Virtual Console is the one way Nintendo could tide folks over until fall, at least a bit, but nope, $5 Excite Bike.
No, you know what? I'm with him on that. It's that launch lineup for the Virtual Console was
Weak.
embarrassingly bad.
I guess what did you expect?
I expected
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
I
Okay,
expected.
I just
You're
wanted to
still
make sure that you
disappointed.
weren't
No.
completely insane. Yeah,
It's
that's
still
fine. I'm
disappointed.
but
Yeah.
this was definitely what was going to happen.
Yeah, I expected terrible, and terrible is what I got. So I'm not surprised.
So you would grade them meets expectations.
Yes, I would.
Quite a curve.
That's good.
Yes, I would. But yeah, I mean, you know, like you said, Excite Bike. you
Yeah,
know,
that's
Donkey Kong Jr.
Mhm.
You know,
But what
Great
games do you
Great
want
games.
on the Virtual Console? What games would you want on the Wii U VC?
well, you know, it's
because a lot of those
just-
games, I'll bet you, are on the Wii Virtual Console that you
Well,
still
of
have
course.
access to on your Wii U.
Yeah, but I can't play them on my controller, can I?
Right, and that's the
No,
bullshit
that's
excuse
right.
you're using to say this is a relaunch of a new product when really it isn't.
Right. But you know, it's like you said, with it's all the same black box games that, you know, they're good games. Excite Bike is a very good game. Donkey Kong Jr. is a good game,
Yeah.
but you know, they're not really very meaty experiences, and they're you know, not something you're going to invest a lot of time in. Why not?
frequently do they put third-party stuff up there? Is it
Well, they've
almost
only
never?
had 1 week of it so far, so they put Pac-Man up.
But I mean, just
this
generally.
last week, Mega Man went up.
They're okay with third party stuff.
Yeah.
Because they need like ActRaiser or some, like you were saying, something that's a little
Yeah.
bit more meaty, that takes a little bit more time, that's
that's
slightly
just-
more esoteric, that people love.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, they put Mario World up, which is great.
Yeah.
That was
Heck
was
yeah.
a good, you know.
Yeah, but you know, we haven't all played that 40 times already. So
Yeah, but you know, for you know, NES,
I don't know. That's the same. That would be the same as Sega releasing Sonic 1 and 2. It's like,
yeah.
okay, I
No,
have
actually-
12 copies of this game, and I've played it so many
Actually,
times.
it'd be more along the line of Sega just releasing Alex Kidd in Enchanted Castle and Flicky.
Oh god,
So
the horror.
Yeah. Although, you know, I think 2 weeks from now we get Super Metroid for
yeah,
30 cents.
Well,
See,
that
again,
makes
though,
sense.
I've played that a ton already.
yeah, but you
Kirby's
can never play that
Adventures,
too much.
You know,
I think it's.
Yeah.
I think the sad thing about it is that like it just felt like the virtual console and the Wii had so much potential, and for a while there it was going really well because you were getting like Neo Geo games, and you were getting Genesis games, Turbo Graphics, like Turbo CD, Commodore 64 games were showing up on it.
yeah,
You know, and it's like kind of you looked at it and there was so much potential there, and now it's like, okay, well, we're on the Wii U, so now we're going to start over,
yeah.
and it's only
Yeah.
going to be Nintendo games now, and you know,
they released some third-party games last week.
no, but I mean as far as the consoles that are being covered,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, like
I mean, do you think part of that is that people weren't buying those C64 games?
oh, I'm sure that's exactly what it is. I'm just saying it's still really disappointing because you know, for a while there it looked like it was going to be something really amazing.
Well, have they actually said that they're not going to do other systems?
No.
I don't think so, but they haven't said that they are either.
Right. Because, man, I would love Turbo Graphics. I'd love to be able to play
God,
the
yeah.
Turbo games on the controller.
But, I mean, the Virtual Console service is not a system seller. either way. Like
No.
we're talking, like some people
Yeah.
are talking about, oh man, if they had only released all of these games on the Virtual Console, they'd sell more Wii U's.
Well, I think.
But sorry, just to say, but with
Yeah.
the state of retail software for the Wii U right now, Virtual Consoles could have good sales.
Yeah.
For
Well,
all
that's
those people that have
that's
Wii U systems that aren't even
exactly
turning
the
on.
point. That's what Mudrun was saying. I mean,
Yeah.
right.
yeah, you're not going to sell systems by saying, "Oh, look, here's a bunch of old games," but all those people sitting there with their Wii U's who have finished up Lego and realize that there's nothing else to do until Pikmin comes out. You
Yeah.
know,
It was
to-
Game and Wario.
Is there?
I think the point still stands.
Game and Wario.
But
Yeah.
it would give them something to do, and they'd be a little more confident in their purchase. That's oh, there's stuff I can play on this. So
Sure.
keep the current base happy. Also, it's pissing me off because I believe Europe got Mario Supercross. on
Yeah, they
Virtual
did. I
Console.
saw that.
Yeah, and
See, that's something I would actually try because there's a game that I've heard about. I know I like Picross, but I've
Yep.
obviously never played it. So
Mario's Supercross is a fantastic game. And yes, I do own the import cartridge version, but I would buy a Virtual Console version in a heartbeat.
Mhm.
So,
Yes.
will we ever see it through Nintendo of America? We didn't see the Wii version, so...
Meets expectations.
All right. Hacker alias WJ Me Rep says, "What's your favorite Star Wars game?" Now that we have the May the 4th
Ah,
thing
yes.
right behind
Oh
us.
yeah, right.
A
May the
fine
3rd
question
with
to
you.
be asking.
There's a Steam sale right now too to commemorate that. A bunch
That
of
is
Star
true.
Wars games on sale, and there are some good ones among them.
As far as I'm concerned, there's only one true Star Wars game, and that would be the Xbox title Star Wars Obi-Wan. Why would you play another one? This is a game that lets you play as young
That's
Obi-Wan.
Dan from England.
Yes.
Sounds like Dan from England.
Once those droids take control of the surface, they'll take control of you.
I would recommend Star Wars Republic Commando.
That is a good
If you
game.
have not played
there's
it.
one that I've
game
never
is
played.
awesome. Oh my god, it's
is a
on
good
sale
game.
on Steam right now for like $6.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Actually, I think I bought it on a previous Steam sale. There's I still absolutely love Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, those are good games.
2, is that the one that came out? Whatever the launch game was for the
GameCube.
GameCube.
Yeah.
That
Rogue
game was
Leader? Wasn't that called Rogue
fantastic.
Leader?
That was Rogue Leader, yes. Rogue Squadron was the N64 game.
Yep, great game.
Yeah.
What about the
I'm gonna
Lego
say-
Star Wars games?
Lego
Original
Star-
trilogy.
No,
Sometimes.
Mike doesn't like those.
I'm
Aw.
gonna say TIE Fighter.
TIE Fighter's awesome.
Oh yeah, TIE Fighter is incredible.
Awesome.
And very hard to get to play on a modern system.
Yeah, that's
Really?
I believe anything past Windows XP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go buy Republic Commando. You'll
Yeah.
thank me later. It's awesome.
And nice of the old Republic.
Yeah?
It's
If
a
you're down for
BioWare RPG. I mean, you go in knowing what you're gonna play, but
Yeah.
but
It's their
still
best
very
one,
good.
though.
Yes.
Well, Mass Effect 2. Sorry.
TIE Fighter's so good. I really liked TIE Fighter.
do you remember
when
when they? What was the name of the one that was almost like a? It wasn't really a reboot of that whole series, but it was.
X-Wing
Much
versus
more
TIE Fighter?
Was that no? That was like the third one, and they had like X-Wing TIE Fighter, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, but then there was another
Right.
one, more like late '90s, I think it was. I don't remember the name of it.
Privateer.
Bulls versus Blazers? Was it Bulls versus Blazers?
Yeah,
the
that's
NBA
it. That's the
playoffs?
one. Yeah.
I think it was Lynx.
So you guys aren't
386.
no one's gonna say no one's fans of the Super Nintendo games.
I love
always hear the
those.
Super Nintendo games brought up when these games are discussed.
I love those games.
They...
Yeah, I was pretty lukewarm on them.
They're
Personally.
not my favorites, though.
Luke Skywalker warm.
Nah.
Luke Starkiller warm.
Yikes.
Oh, I would say Star Wars Chess for Sega CD.
That's some good gameplay right there.
Yeah, that's
there you go.
That's a
always
dark period of CD interactive
Fun to watch
entertainment.
C-3PO kill a Wookiee.
Oh man.
All right, let's wrap it up with this tweet. It's 2 questions, actually, from Hacker Alias Knee First One. He says, "What's your favorite Mr. Show sketch? The bag hutch still makes me laugh hysterically.
Oh man.
Also, is Solomon's Key a good virtual console pickup?"
No.
I'm going to say no on that.
No.
Mr. Show sketch, my favorite is blowing up the moon. We're going to blow up the moon.
We're Earthlings. Let's blow up Earth things.
I gotta say, I really love Pit Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The what was it? Non-threatening
Pansexual.
pansexual spokes thing.
Yes.
Right.
That's what it was.
Isn't that part of the bag hutch
Is it?
thing?
I don't remember. It all sort of runs together.
That's the one they were doing the boardroom meeting. Was that?
Yes.
Was that the one where they were like actually trying to give the guy a heart attack?
Yes.
Okay.
But it just had the greatest commercial that it had was where there was the guy who's just extremely frustrated, and he's just sitting there going, "Fuck." Every single time at work, whenever someone has a problem with their code and they scream out "fuck," everyone in the room just goes, "Ah!"
Oh man.
And I like the interrogation scene one too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
have
You ever stopped a train?
derailed a train?
Penis.
Derailed a train.
I don't know if I could pick between the pre-taped call-in show, which still makes me laugh every time I watch it. But I think probably my favorite one is the Wicked Scepter sex tape.
Yes.
That's fantastic. When they're sitting in the hot tub. Dude, show me your weenus. It just doesn't get any better than that.
Oh man.
The Titanica visiting their fan in the
that's
hospital
what I was gonna say.
and hilarious as well.
The wet cigar.
Oh god, Mr. Show.
Brought you these wristbands.
Oh man, makes a good belt.
Oh, and
Try again.
2 times 1 minus 1, or 3 times 1 minus 1.
Damn.
Anything that had to do with them was great too.
Yeah, we lost CJ.
We did. CJ's going to watch the Mr. Show.
Want to go watch the Mr. Show? This is making me want to watch the Mr. Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we do now? CJ's gone.
I don't know.
We can't wrap up. We can't do more tweets.
Phil's just gonna pick his nose again.
Yep.
Not a bad move. Oh my.
You know, we did while we were recording, we got a tweet from hacker alias Avavi. Avavi? I don't know. Who says love seeing your breaks live on the YouTubes. So
That was a good tweet.
there you go. Well, I'm just saying, you know, you get a little bonus content if you watch.
Hey, so I went and saw Iron Man 3 last night.
Yeah?
Did you go
I
see
saw
it?
it as well. I did.
What did you say?
think?
I said that seems like a mistake.
Really? You didn't? Did you go see it? You?
No, I've seen part of the first one, and it was terrible.
And that was enough for you.
What?
Yeah.
What? I liked Iron Man. I liked Iron Man 3. I liked Iron Man 3.
I would probably have enjoyed that if I were 12.
I liked
I'm not-
Iron Man.
I'm not saying you're immature or anything, but I don't know about superhero movies.
I liked Iron Man.
I don't know.
Do you think superhero? Do you think the bubble's gonna burst soon on the superhero movie?
It's gonna have
I
to.
hope so.
It's gonna have to.
Yeah.
Did you like it though, Greg?
Yeah, I liked it. I think I liked the first one more.
Don't let the older boy bully you.
No, I'm serious. I enjoyed it. I was very entertained. But I think I liked the first movie more.
Well, yeah, it's significantly better than 2, but not quite as good as 1.
Yeah.
Talking about Iron Man?
Yeah.
No, Star Wars.
All right.
No, we're talking about Iron Man. Talking about Iron Man.
All right, that's our show for this week. Thank
Where'd
you
you
very
go?
much.
Tell us where the fuck you went.
CJ just pops back in. And it's business as usual.
Nothing happened.
I had a little baby thing happen.
Pops back
had a
in. He's
baby?
completely naked, covered in gravy,
covered
no
in-
explanation.
I'm gonna do that one week.
Wait, you had a baby?
Had a baby thing.
Seems
I
like
had
it would
to
have
go.
taken longer than you were gone for.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe if you came back and said you made a baby, we'd believe that because it was like 30 seconds. But,
Da 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 da.
All right, that's our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you would like to comment on something that you heard, or if you want to support me in my liking of Blood Dragon, you can go to player1podcast.com/340 and drop us a comment. Or you can direct all that stuff to @P1Podcast on the Twitter, and, we'll read it. How about that?
Fair enough. That's great.
Yeah, and on player1podcast.com, you'll find our email addresses, contact info, blog entries, like some of Greg Seward's excellent Sega CD stuff. Yeah, Generation 16 episodes. How's that coming along, Greg?
Good. It's kind of Stanley Cup playoff season and racing season are kind of slowing things down a little bit. Because I want to, do stuff
Now, which one of
outside.
those do you participate in? I did not know you were a professional hockey player.
Yeah. Well, I'm Canadian, so we're always on call. We're pretty much like fifth, sixth string. It's
You wear a pager.
Crosby's injured again, so call up Stewart.
Nice.
That's right. And there's a message board there where you can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by going to the iTunes Music Store. While you're at the iTunes Music Store, you can also invest $1.99.
Cheap.
We got the Player One Podcast iPhone application. It gives you one-touch communication with us via the voicemails, the emails, the Twitters, what have you. You also have all of our episodes ready to stream right to your listening device. And hey, Android cell phone telephone users, the Player One Podcast iPhone application is available for your listening device as well for that same $1.99.
You truly are a whimsical filly.
Thank you. You can find that over there in the Amazon Android Marketplace. You can also check us out on the Stitcher Radio. You can find us on Facebook. I think we've been neglecting to mention Facebook. You can go to Facebook and give us a like, because that's important these days.
It's a thing that you can do, yeah.
Yes. And you can watch us do this little show live most weeks on the YouTubes. So
we are not all extremely ugly. Only three quarters of us.
Yep.
Yeah.
So follow our Twitter account to find out when we are broadcasting our next live show. CJ?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you very much for all that you do.
Oh, thanks.
Yes. Greg?
Oui.
Thank you. And thank you for adding a little bilingual spin to the show.
Thank you, Phil.
Gotta play the Quebecois, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mike?
Yes.
Thank you for being my friend.
You're actually not my friend.
Traveled down the road and back again. Really?
No, you are, I guess, in a way.
Whatever. You know what?
No,
No.
seriously.
You know what?
No,
No.
it's fine.
You're sweet.
Thanks.
See you
All
next
right.
week, I
Next
guess.
week.
Everyone?
Sounds good.
Bye. Somebody needs to go
Bye,
change
bye.
Finn.
Yeah. Finn just woke up from his nap, so he's